Good morning. Just doing the usual, putting the, just sharing the live before I start talking. I'll be with you in just a moment. Well, while we're waiting, just very quickly, we can go and get, we're going to use matchsticks or toothpicks, or I'm going to show you how to go get some straws. Go get some straws and a pair of scissors without adult supervision. This activity is aimed at upper primary, lower secondary. Some of the questions you won't have seen if you're in upper secondary, and some of them you will. So it's all things you can do, and if you don't know, that's okay, if you haven't learned it yet, not a problem. Take your choice. I've got a bit of spaghetti here. We're going to see how to cut that. Some or plastic straws, which we have multiple use out of. If you have any plastic straws, or even better, paper straws. I still have plastic straws. I haven't bought any since I became aware of the problem, but I've got them, may as well use them, and I'd rather use them for things that are going to be used again and again and again and again, and I'll keep them for as long as I possibly can. Macaroni, this is really good for this, and also you could even just use a bit of paper. I'm going to snip along the bit of paper to make strips. So I'm just going to point you back at this so you can have a look at that and imagine what we might be doing with it. Let's have a look. See if I can find the live. This is my usual challenge. Find it on here maybe, if that one, find the live. So if you go and get some matchsticks or some pasta, some long spaghetti sticks, or some straws, and these are going to be reusing, of course. Even bits of paper that we can cut up. And I'm in the process of working out how to share all of this. Let me see. Oh, look, we're there. Good. Okay, so I can share that. Can add. Oh, I've got it in the wrong place. Maybe this will come up on here now. Is it coming up on here? No, it doesn't come up on the computer. It comes up on the phone before it comes up on the computer. Oh, dear, 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 dear. Welcome to today's live. This is aimed at lower secondary, early primary, so about 10 to 14-year-olds, although above the age of 7 will have experience of a lot of what we're doing, and it'll be a fun activity. And then, of course, at 10 o'clock, I'll be publishing something for the early years. So, and I'll actually be doing that live today, I believe. That's going to be live today at 10. I'm just looking for the link. No, that's not what I wanted. Oh, copy link. That would work. I'll just do that. There we go. Copy and put that on there so that you have it. This is where you can actually go and get the place to go and do the let's say hello. Oh, my Auntie Christine. Hello, Auntie Christine. I love you. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to call you later, Auntie Christine. I love you. And now I'm going to go back to the live and just share a few more. Okay, that's right. I've got to share it. That's what I've got to do. I've got to share it, but I don't know how. Having fun. Okay. No, I don't want to close it. Share. Here we go. Share to a page. And I'm going to put that. No, not that page. That page. There we go. And post that. And now we're going to share to I'm going to have a can I do? Share to, I don't want to share it to my story. I'm going to see if I can do if I manage this. I've already got Auntie Christine watching, so I'm happy having Auntie Christine watching. If all I get is Auntie Christine watching, I'm a happy bear. And so now I'm just going to go to mine and see if I can just make a watch party. Oh, that looks like it was already coming up there. It's interesting. Here we go. Oh, it's already coming on there. So maybe I'll just leave it and see what happens. I don't know. Okay, so I've got 2 people watching. Thank you for joining. Please do like and share and make comments so I know that you're there. And so what we're going to do is, let me just make sure I can see. You can see to make sure that you've got, I'm showing you what you need to see. Okay, so you've either got straws. So this activity is for upper primary, lower secondary, basically 10 to 14-year-olds. So it is also, the activity itself can be done by any age. So what we need is straws or some spaghetti or a bit of paper that you can cut up, bits of macaroni, that will work as well. It's called matches, so you could use matchsticks or toothpicks as well. You can cut up bits of cardboard. Toilet roll, another use of toilet roll, you can cut this up, maybe cut it in 2. The important thing is that every length is the same length. So if you see I've got here, I've already cut up spaghetti, but I'm just going to show you different ways of cutting up. So this I bent in 3, so I literally worked out how to bend it in 3, but you can use a ruler actually, probably better to just use a ruler. And so that is 20 centimeters. So what's 20 divided by 3? Ha 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 ha. Go on then, what's 20 divided by 3? More or less. 20 divided by 3, well, it's going to be 6 something, isn't it? 6 something. So it's going to be 6.5. 6.5 times 3 would be 19.5. So a little bit more than 6.5. So I'm going to cut that there just over 6.5. And my scissors have gone walkies. My scissors have been tidied up. Very good. Tidy the scissors up. There we go. Tidy up the scissors and approximately 6.5. Let's double check before I actually cut. Now make sure you've got, whoopsie, and now another 6.5, or you can use the original one. If you can now that you've got the right length, double check it. Always use the same one to cut. And always use that one. So I will actually maybe mark it in some way so that you always use the same ones. As long as you always use the same one to cut, then all your pieces, whoopsie, that's those ones I cut up last night using different lengths. Clearly you want all the lengths to be the same length, and that's a really beautiful demonstration of how not to do that. Oh, there you go. Now, so with spaghetti, what I did with spaghetti was, did I measure it? Yes, I measured it. And so I've got the benefit of centimeters and inches, and I found that with inches it was really easy, because with inches it was 10 inches. So it just goes to show sometimes centimeters, it's 25 centimeters. So divide that by 3. It's easier to divide 10 by 3. So then I made each section. So what is 1/4 of 10? 25% of 100, or 25% of 10. 1/4 of 10. 10 divided by 2.5 is 10. 10 divided by 4, hello, I'm giving you the answer, it's 2.5. So I've measured that, and now once I've done that, I can then just make them all the same length. And even if you got the first one the wrong length, oh dear, 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 you just want them all to be the same length. So, okay, so you might have to do it a few more times to get them the right length. What I actually did the first time is I had 4 sticks and I cut them all at the same time, so it actually made it much better. They kind of hold each other strong, so it was much better. But as long as they're all the same length, just get 16 that are all the same length. We've done the straw, we've done the spaghetti, kind of. You can cut up a piece of paper and just literally cut up slices of paper. So you've got that out, and then, as I say, you can use the toilet roll or old cardboard. Cardboard's really good for this because it's nice and rigid. So what I've used here is spaghetti. So what you want to do is put your, now you can watch this again. I'm going to make it at an angle, or I can push that further away so you can see it all. There you go. Whoopsie. There we go. So you want to make that shape. Now here are the questions, and it's in the resource. So if you download the resource, way does it do that? When it does that, it's quite, so it's super bright. It makes it super hard for you to see. Can't see it. You'll just have to take my word for it. It's in the comments. The resource is in the comments, and in that resource, you've got some really great questions. So I'm going to ask you the questions here, and actually thinking about it, I'll put them in the comments as well. But here's the thing, okay? So you arrange them like this. Now, first question is, what symmetries do you see in this pattern? So look for all the symmetries that you can see and talk about them. Then, now, if the triangles are all equivalent triangles, so they're the same triangle and symmetrically moved around. So it's the same triangle, just in different ways round. That's all the little triangles. So I'm just going to get a pen here and I'm going to write. There'll be in the resource use, oh, maybe a darker pen. Oh, you can still see that quite well, can't you? I'll just still do it darker. P, Q, R, boing. Make sure I get this right. I don't know if my S is the right way around. I think it's not. I think I'm doing it wrong. That S, T, U, and then down here we're going to have a V. Okay, so the question now is, the triangles are all equivalent, they're all equilateral. And so here's the question for the lower secondary or lower middle school. What transformations, oh, here we go, hold on. I need to make the question right. This is a blue triangle. What transformations map the blue triangle to the other triangles? So what do you need to do with symmetry? What transformations do you need to apply to this to get to any one of those other 7 triangles? And another question, how many triangles can you see in this pattern? I'm going to put them all down. I'm going to write them out. I write them out in the comments so that you can have a look at them later. And then another puzzle with more than one solution. So what if we were to remove exactly, so what we want to do is make a pattern with 4 triangles by removing 4 matches and leaving all the others in place. So remove 4 matches, leaving 4 triangles and leaving all the other triangles in place. And then a little hint that some of the patterns are reflections or rotations of each other. So now here's a challenging question. This is where the lower secondary come in. How many essentially different patterns are there, counting the reflections and rotations? Oh, I'll talk to you direct for that. So how many different patterns are there, counting reflections and rotations of a pattern, counting reflections and rotations of a pattern as the same pattern? Okay, so you can also, by the way, use sticks from outdoors as long as they're the same length. Use anything you like. You can do it big scale, you can go out and do it outdoors, you can do it on the floor, in the living room, in the bedroom. As long, I mean, you could use whole straws, you don't have to cut the straws up. You can use the whole length of the straw, do something like that. Or even if you wanted the whole length of spaghetti, but then that would take a lot of spaghetti and that might be a bit of a waste of food. But it's certainly a way to use straws again and again and again and again. And if you've got plastic straw, paper straws, then fine, just improvise. Find a way, cardboard bits of old, find an old cardboard box and cut it into 16 straws. And then find your own games, find your own challenges, and then put them on Facebook, put them on the group. Say, okay, guys, here's my challenge. I've got put a picture up and ask the group for your challenge. That would be amazing. We are going to be starting once you start sending in your puzzles, your questions, your answers, your thoughts, pictures of them, or even videos of them. We're going to start these sessions with what other people think, other young learners think, before we do that day's session. So if you submit yours, then as soon as we receive our first one, we're going to put it in. So that might be you. You could be the first ever young learner to submit your musings, your ideas to the Making Maths Fun for Kids of All Ages morning live. So in the meantime, so I've already, if you look up to the announcements, at least on the, it's pinned on the Bubbly Maths Facebook page. It's in the announcements of the Making Maths Fun for Kids of All Ages group at the top. Please join the group if you're not already a member of the group. And what else? And then, we do have 2 YouTube channels. So if you're on YouTube, if you've got an account on YouTube, please do subscribe to both channels. There's no charge for it. It's simply that what happens is, if you're a subscriber, what happens is, and if you've got a Gmail account, you've got a YouTube account essentially. What happens is, if you subscribe, you will be, if you want, you'll be notified whenever we put new videos up. All these lives are going to go up on the Bubbly Maths YouTube channel, and then on the Maths Toys YouTube channel will be literally to all these lovely resources that Aiming High, which you can't see, but Aiming High has is creating. These are actually being created originally for teachers in rural areas in Africa, because AIMSEC and Aiming High, Aiming High make the resources, like the fun things to do, and AIMSEC, what they do is they provide professional development for teachers. So they, when you have those days off school for CPD days, they call them, or inset days, those days that those teachers getting trained, getting professional development, and that's what AIMSEC provides for teachers in Africa that don't have the funding to do it, and that means that the children in Africa can get even better education. It's always constantly learning, constantly getting better. So the resources are on there. The link to that is there. Woo! And demolish the table, why don't I? And then the AIMSEC Facebook page, which is also a link to. So in both cases, it'll be above. And I'll put a note in the comments down here in a minute as well. And on there, you can, if you just want a little bit of inspiration, there are loads of little memes throughout there, and you can just have a look down and say, oh, that one looks interesting, let me have a go at that one. And it's just lots of inspiration to spark ideas. I think I've covered everything. So please do like this group, like the Making Maths Fun for Kids of All Ages group on Facebook. Please do go to YouTube if you're on YouTube and subscribe to the Bubbly Maths YouTube channel and the Maths Toys YouTube channel, which is in the links. It's all in the links up there, down there, somewhere in the cyber world. Thank you for joining. I'm just going to show you one more time. Find all the symmetries, find all the triangles. Now we've got some sun just to, whee, that's interesting. Find all the symmetries, find all the triangles, and make your own puzzle and share that with us. Share your results, take pictures, and take a video if you want with your thoughts and your ideas, and what could we, what else could we do? Ideas for other young learners at home that are looking for ideas from their peers. Who better to get ideas from than each other? Thank you, and I'll see you 8 o'clock tonight, 10 o'clock in 40 minutes. There'll be a short session for early years, and at 8 o'clock tonight we'll be sharing what we're doing for tomorrow. So thank you, take care, and have a lovely day.